I'm also going to record the session. Children, first of all, see what is a Smith number. So a Smith number, if you see a number which is here 666, and if you calculate the sum of the digits, it will return you 18. But on the other hand, if you consider the prime factors of the number, which is 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 37, these are the prime factors. And if you add like this is a double digit prime factor which is 37, so 37 will get split into 3 plus 7. So if you add all together, you will get 18. So such numbers are, now you can see that here this sum of digits and the sum of the prime factor is same. So such numbers are Smith numbers. And your task is to print all the possible Smith numbers in a given array. So few things are needed. Children, here one variable is needed for the, one function is needed for the sum of the digits. So here I have taken this int s is equals to 0, and while this n is more than 0, a is equals to n mod 10, and then s is equals to s plus a, and after that n is equals to n upon 10 will happen. And after that, what to do is just return s. Children, this is how we are calculating the sum of the digits. So if anybody is having any issue, please tell. Khushi, Jia, any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, Sanvi, this is okay. Vanshika Agrawal,
Yeah.
I hope this code is okay. So now what to do? Here we have to see the function which is sum PF, sum of the prime factor. This function will generate the sum of the prime factors. And then we have another one. So here in the main method, I will be calling that function. So first of all, I would like to show you how this is generating the prime factors. So first of all, enter number, that is this, and ss.next int. This is what I have got. And I need to create the object of the class. So that is Smith number obj, new Smith number. And here I need to call that this obj dot sum pf, passing n. So children, in this function, I'm not going to just I'm not just going to calculate the sum of the factors. First of all, I would like to show you how these factors are we can generate. So till n is not equals to 1. And here, after that, if n mod I is 0, then here what to do is I and n is equals to n upon I. So this is what I have done. And when it is not, then I plus plus. So children, let me execute this part. In sum PF, I have passed one parameter. Okay. This is capital F. Okay. Now here, suppose the number is 100. You see that the prime factors are 2255. So if anybody is having any doubt, please tell. If any confusion with this code of prime factors, please tell.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have posted my program in the chat box, sir.
My question is different, beta. Wait, I will see that later on. My question is, if anybody is having any doubt, please tell. Khushi, this code is okay.
Sir,
Beta,
can you please explain?
Simran is there.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, can you please explain the last for loop again?
Okay. Simran is there or not? Okay. I'm just going to explain it. Just have patience. Children, suppose the number is 100. This is the number. And in order to find the prime factors, you started with the value 2. And what is the condition is given? Initially, this n was 100. Now the condition is till this 100 becomes 1. Till it is not true, the loop will continue. So initially it is 100, it is not 1. Now what to do? 100 mod I, 100 mod 2. Yes, it is divisible. It is divisible, so what will happen? It becomes 50. And this 2 got printed. Then again we checked for 2. Still this 50. When this part executes, this else part will not execute it. So here it becomes 25. And now again we checked it with 2, but this 2 cannot divide. So we will pick 3. 3 also cannot divide. Then we will pick 4. 4 also cannot divide. Then we will pick 5. 5 can divide. So here it becomes 5. And now again we picked another number, another the same value 5, because it's still we have not got 1. Now we have got 1. So at this point we will terminate. So the values are 2255. When this condition is false, then control will come to increment the value of I by 1 only. There is no increment step here. So this is how we are generating the prime factors. So if any problem, then tell. Beta, please tell. Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. There is another way also of doing this. There is another way of also of doing this. We can also write like this. For int I is equals to 1 till n is not equals to 1, and here I am just writing I plus plus. And here I will write that while n mod I is 0, then n is equals to n upon I. This is also we can do. This will work. And here we can print the value of I also within this. Here we can print the value of I. Now see, suppose the number is 100. Now you see that, oh, we cannot start this loop from 1. We have to start from 2. You see that the values are 2255. So there are two methods, two ways with the help of which we can generate the prime factors. Any doubt with this code?
No, sir.
Okay. And now here what we need to do is just to calculate the sum of the prime factors. And at the same time, we need to check if the prime factor is of double digit. So what to do? Total is equals to total plus sum of d passing I. And finally, this function is going to return total. And here the return type will be int. So if any query, then tell. This will calculate the sum of the prime factors and it will return. And now one more function is needed, and that function will actually check whether it is a Smith number or not. So that is Boolean function. It returns a Boolean value is Smith. This is the name of the function. And here we are passing a value int n. In this function, we need to do something. Arnav Jaitley, please tell me the statement. Here, what to keep? Beta, please tell. Return sum d of n matches with sum pf of n. So what I'm checking, I'm just checking if the value written by these two functions is same or not. If same, then true will be returned, otherwise false will be returned. So here in this case, if I am just checking that if obj dot is a Smith passing n, we can display this message that the number is Smith, and else the number is not Smith. So this is how we can check. You just pass one number which is 666 and you see that the number is Smith. So such numbers are Smith. Any problem?
Sir, we have not used arrays.
Arrays we are going to use. So first of all, this much we have done. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now so from a given array we want to print all the Smith numbers. So what to do? We need to declare one array like this. We need to have one size variable and nothing else. And now what to do? Here we need to input the array size, and also we need a scanner also. So here is scanner, new scanner, system.in, and here we need to input the value. So that is enter size. That is size is ss.nextInt, and here a is new int size, and after that you need to fill it. Fill array. So that is for int I will be 0 till it is less than size and I++, and a of I is ss.nextInt. So this array has been filled. So we have filled this array, and after that what to do? We need to process it. So what we need to do is for int I will be 0 till it is less than size I++, and what to do is here we need to check, we need to call this function boolean as a Smith Boolean f is equals to obj dot is Smith passing a of I, and here we have not declared the class object. So Smith number obj new Smith number, and here we have called this. So if f, we are going to print a of I along with one space. So here so just see, we have few numbers I'm just going to pass, that is 1 1 1 1. Oh, see, there are two Smith numbers in the list, which is 666. Any doubt with this code, please tell. Any doubt with this code, so please
No,
tell.
sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So now, children, I am giving you one question. All of you, please try. Hurry up. Write a program to calculate the sum of, calculate the difference of, difference between the sum of the array elements with the sum of the smallest and largest element of the array. Got my question or not?
Sir, can you please repeat?
Write a program to find the difference between the sum of the array elements with the sum of the smallest and largest number entered.
Okay, sir. Understood.
Please try.
Sir, do we have to use functions?
Yes, use function, and the name of the function is int find difference within bracket int a square bracket.
Okay, sir.
The prototype of the function which you have to use is this one. The prototype is on the screen. Please see.
Sir, please present the screen, sir.
This int find diff int a square bracket. Int find diff int square bracket. Yes, hurry up. Try this. Yes, hurry up, try this. Yes, children, any progress?
Sir, main body part.
Shania? Kavya? Would you please show me the method body? Attempted or not, Kavya? But I cannot hear you. Your voice is not clear. Narhari Sharma. Narhari. Yes. Attempted or not? Simran Kaur.
Yes, sir.
Are you attempting the question or not?
Yes, sir. Time.
You,
Attempting.
Beta, you wait. Simran, you wait after the class.
Okay, sir.
Roshan Gupta. Code. Show me the code.
Sir, I'm trying.
The question is very simple. Simply, you have to calculate the sum of the digits. And it needs a single loop within the function body. Yes. Anybody want to show or I should write? Shubh Gupta. Shubhra.
Yes, sir.
Code.
Sir, trying.
Okay, so here this is the function. So please see. this is the function, and here you have to calculate the sum total, that is total, and two more variable is needed. First is small and another is large, and here you need to start a loop that will go from this, and here total is equals to total plus a of I. Children, at the same time, we need to find out the smallest and largest. So what we will be doing, simply just consider the very first element as the smallest. The very first element as the smallest, and here after that, you just check if
Small
is more than a of I, then a small will be a of I. And if large is less than a of I, then large will be a of I. This is what we have done. And after this, what to do is, after this, return math.abs, absolute value I'm just trying to find out. And after that, total minus small plus large. Actually, this will find out the absolute difference between these two values, total and the sum of small and large. So children, this is a code which you were supposed to write.
Sir, if we don't use math.abs, then what will happen?
So either in some cases, but total is always larger than small
Yes,
and
sir.
large.
Yes,
So no
sir.
issues. You just avoid. You can also avoid this.
Okay, sir.
No need, because total is always larger.
Sir, if the all the array elements are negative, sir, then
Then in case you need to use math.abs. So if you have used, then no issues. It actually depends upon your discretion and situation and the state of the elements. I hope it's clear.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in the next class, I will be discussing actually sorting, bubble sort I will discuss. So